Hello everybody, this is Gregory with how I lost over 100 pounds and have kept it off for 30 plus years, where there should be no hesitancy in your weight loss and maintenance. Today we're going to talk about how looking at the past only thwarts your attempts at weight loss. Now before I begin, if you need help with weight loss, contact me through the Clarity FM link found here in the episode notes. Also, check out my website, 100poundsoffor30plusyears.com. There's a link in the episode notes where I have hundreds of articles and recipes. Check out my 2 books, my podcast, The Awakened Man, which has been around since 2017. And last, if you appreciate my content, there is a link for PayPal. Now, the crux of this channel is about things that have worked for me. Not to be like a definitive guide, the scientific empirical guide to weight loss. And I have posited many times, and if you're new to this channel, please check out the back catalog, in particular the playlist called The Foundational Episodes, that most of the time, most of our weight gain is due to childhood trauma. It's due to having a disordered relationship with food that was typically caused by a childhood trauma. As much as people want to say they have a glandular problem and that's why they're fat, no, it's because we turn to food to numb the pain, to soothe the pain, to fill in a void. Food doesn't talk back to us. Food's always there for us and so forth. Now, weight loss is 90% psychological. And weight loss and weight maintenance, which is the harder part, is really only successful if you can get to the root cause of your problem. I've mentioned it in the past. Why do your New Year's resolutions fail? Why is it that 80% of people who lose more than 50 pounds regain it in 3 years? It's the same thing. Because you've never fixed the core problem as to why you have a disordered relationship with food. So yeah, a lot of people have the restraint to go on a crash diet for like 6 months. But you check back 6 years later, they've gone back to old habits because they haven't done the deep work. And one of the things that can truly stymie your weight loss and weight maintenance is always looking in the past. And what do I mean by that? Well, I was fat because my father did this, my mother did this, or I was bullied this way, or I was in an orphanage or neglect. And look, all these things are horrible. I talk about it on my personal playlist here called Confessions of an Obese Child, which is 20 episodes. Episode 20 is how I lost the weight. Then I continue it on this series, Reflections of a Weight Loss Warrior, where I talk about the years post-weight loss, the difficulties I had getting adjusted to the new skin, my interactions with women, imposter syndrome, and all these other issues. It took me a long time to get to where I am today, where I don't have the disordered relationship with food, but most importantly, I'm not blaming everybody for who I am. Yes, it sucks that a lot of us had a traumatic childhood or intergenerational trauma that led us to be in a milieu or an environment that made us turn to food to numb the pain. Yes, that sucks. It sucks that we were ridiculed. It sucks that you might still be overweight right now. All of it sucks. But what are you going to do about it? See, staying in the past and blaming everybody is justifiable and understandable, but in the long run doesn't help your future. This is what we would call like a loser mentality or the victim mentality. This happened to me, this happened to me. I get it. Now what? Now what? Put Post-its all around your house. Now what? You have lemons, we gotta make lemonade. You have one life, what are you gonna do about it? Yes, it sucks. You might have been in an accident and now you can't run because of this accident. Or you might have some military injury that causes you not to be able to do whatever. Or you're paralyzed. I get it. It sucks. There's an injustice to it. But if we're always mired in the past and looking back at the past and blaming the past and remembering this and that and this and that, it stops you from looking in the future. So the best mindset to have, the only one that's truly successful, is to focus on the future and be like, look, this sucked, but what am I going to do about it? How am I going to make lemonade out of lemons? Focus on the positives that you have, like you have a roof over your head, you have vision, you have hearing, things that you have. Because we tend to always be like self-flagellating, oh, me, negative, and you can't even look at one positive thing in your life. We all have positive things in our life, even if you're obese. And if you're really depressed, go to Confessions number 19, where I talked about my suicidal attempts and my cutting and all these things, because it was a bleak time. I get it, man. I was there. But if you really want to make something of your life, you got to stop looking in the past and blaming everybody and look to the future. That being said, to fix the hole in the boat, so to speak, so instead of just bailing out water or doing CPR, which eventually you'll get tired, it's better to fix the hole. You do need to address your past and your trauma with therapy or having an accountability partner or something like that. You got to get down to the deep work and figure out the trauma and address it. A lot of people don't want to address it. Once you address the trauma, you have a much better chance of sticking to your New Year's resolution, sticking to the weight loss, because you're not turning to negativistic, self-harming things like food or alcohol or whatever every time you feel bad. You have the tools there to use. So yes, go to therapy, but day in, day out, you need to be thinking more of, okay, I need a positive mindset, a survivor mindset, a thriver mindset. And that mindset is not look at the past, learn from the past. Like if your dad was a deadbeat piece of crap who raged and threw things at you, don't be that kind of guy. Yeah, definitely learn from that. But okay, look, I'm 50 pounds overweight. What am I going to do about it? Or I want to have kids, but I'm 50 pounds overweight. It's going to be hard for me to get a woman. What am I going to do about it? And then you create a strategy, you create a plan and go from there. That is a positive mindset. But always looking at the past is going to keep you in the past, and you're going to blink. It's going to be 10 years from now, and you're still going to be bitter and angry and blaming your dead parents at this point. What's the point of that? And you're going to be 50 pounds even more overweight. Guys, post in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Hit the notification, subscribe, and share button. Until next time, take care. God bless.